We understand that a member of staff saw a container of chemicals giving off some fumes in one of our outpatient areas in our endoscopy department. They quite rightly, as a precaution, sounded the fire alarm. The fire brigade were called immediately, which happens automatically. They were out very, very quickly. The front of the hospital, which is our main outpatient areas, were evacuated. The fire brigade have taken the container of chemicals out of the building as a precaution. We'd like to stress that no inpatients were affected and there were absolutely no casualties, and all of our staff and indeed our visitors acted very calmly and in a very professional manner. Obviously this will have affected some of our outpatient clinics, but we know that our staff will be working extremely hard to make sure that things get back on track as soon as possible and we minimise any disruption. But obviously people will have to expect a certain amount of disruption because clinics have been affected this morning.
This morning the crews from Harrogate Fire Station attended with one fire engine to Harrogate District Hospital because an automatic fire alarm had actuated, so that was our normal response. When they attended, it was then reported that there was an incident involving a chemical. So then we had to up the attendance. The first officer in charge on scene sent an assistant message, and then we sent on subsequent supporting crews. Those came from Harrogate again, Knaresborough, Ripon, which bring along with them a response unit to deal with decontamination, and also specialists from ACAM as well. My role was to take overall incident command support, and then there was also specialist hazmat officers liaising on site and with our control room as well. Essentially, yes, we did just remove it in the end, but what we had to do is establish what the chemical was, what might be the issues with that chemical and what we could actually do with it. So we were pleased to discover there hadn't been a spillage. It was more that the vessel it was contained in was starting to swell, and we didn't want that to get out into the environment because we knew it was an oxidising agent, and it was also create a lot of respiratory discomfort for those. And obviously we're dealing with the hospital here, so should we get any issues with people, where do we then send them, because the hospital is out of action. So we were mindful of how, if that contaminated the building itself as well as any people around. Fortunately there was no spillage, so it was a case of securing that area, put it in a safe vessel, and then moving it from the building itself. That was to keep it away from people, and also so we could get the hospital back up to full operations as well, because they've obviously put into place those steps that they need to take by evacuating the building. So we've removed it and isolated it, and a specialist team from the hospital side will come and remove that away from site, but at the minute it's just been isolated to keep it free of the building.